You know about Harriet Tubman?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's fine. Tiring on our hands.
You know about Walter Douglas?
Maybe, but what did he do?
Not subjected to anybody's
I know Harry Tubman, Rosa Parks, and I know some more, but I just don't know. Because we watched the whole movie about black people doing this stuff. And sixth grade, that shit.
Frederick Douglass, sorry, Frederick Douglass.
We watched it about him, but I forgot what he did. Was he the dude?
I'm pretty sure you who he was. I know. In a way, you can soak it up right quick, and then I gotta go to work. Click on it over here. Pause. Then I just go over here and click on it. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
I'm just showing it to you so you can.
Force of human demands, it becomes necessary for a battle to commence. They complow. I hit them with the illness of my quill. I'm endowed with
George Washington.
skills. Let me run down my resume. Really, I set up a little place called the United States. Sound familiar? I told King George he could eat a fat dick. When it comes to declarations, I'm the first draft pick. I topple any tyrant, so kings and pirates beware. I'm so down with revolutions, I invented the swivel chair. How many volumes on my shelves? It's true, but I've yet to read the 3 books you wrote about. You looking like a slug in a 3-piece suit. Need to come back from Paris to battle Pepe Le Pew. First Secretary of State, VP number 2. Not to mention third president. What you do? You finished? Okay. Straight out of bondage. Friendly motherfucker here to diss you. Big hair, big nuts, big issue. Started with your nickel. There's a real decoration. Aspirations kept a slave plantation. Soft white Monticello marshmallow. Watching my people sweat while you sat playing cello. Hello. Now you're facing me, Freddie D. I never worked for your ass, but I kick it for free. Oh, your stone face on Rushmore ain't nothing. Check my photos. Now that's real mugging. The face of a free man. Told him something to read, man. Don't compromise, you couldn't whip a flip of me, man. You gotta stop living the truth.
So when you go upstairs, just go research Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, I know.
This is what you gonna do.
I already know.
You ain't gotta do your cursive today.
Well, he got on the he was that his
Going on? My bad, man. I know you. Oh yeah. I'm just talking to you. What's going down though?
Shit, bro, I was gonna see if you had a secret idea for me. I went to a damn dollar store, man, and I forgot my damn license and my jacket over here.
Oh, they wouldn't give it to you?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Man, y'all know me. I come here every day.
It's getting crazy out here, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I got you back, man.
All right. I gotta go, man.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Next to your name.
Who's wrong? Who's down? You decide. I'm back. Rock, 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 rock.
the hell was you waiting on?
This for the soldiers that.
I just want to thank God.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to do it, you know what I'm saying? My real name is Dexter. I got a lot more diamonds too, I just got new diamonds, by the way. Oh, whoa. Dexter. Baby girl, what you doing with your man? I just popped us in 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan, baby, you did it. Dexter. Oh, wait. Baby girl, what you doing with your man? I just popped us in 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan, these red bottoms on no vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground. Baby girl, what you doing with your man? I just popped us in 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan, these red bottoms on no vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground.
Tokyo, this my town. Listen now, what you doing? Where your man? See my goal, be my people, see my phone. Got a line from a girl and it's flavor. Where we going? Yakitori, Kachatori, lemon tower. We devour. Got my diamonds, got my furs, got my says. Let's get lit, super lit, very, very lit. Red alert. Paparazzi, many trolls following the way we roll. See my chain, it's been cold. See my gang, see how deep we roll. Karaoke, sang till the early morn. Don't worry, be happy. Came up from my mama chatty. Now we talk about Ferraris. And we make it look easy. PKC, honest boys, I know you see me. Yeah, and we make it look easy. Famous stacks, key fape, I know you see me.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just popped us in 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan, these red bottoms on no vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground. Hey, baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just popped us in 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan, these red bottoms on no vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground.
In Japan, Papa's and street.
Think it's a game. It's a game. It's a game.
Walked in, dirt down in my pocket, had them niggas just like, ooh. $50,000 on your bill, wanna fuck me, gotta screaming like, ooh. Cause I got a check, nigga wanna flip, I ain't got a flip, but I got it, ooh. I get that on some mix, she gon' wanna sit, every nigga in the set, and now she screaming like, ooh. How much you make? $2 million, I gon' make you, and I'm going like, ooh. They tried to drop me with a case, but you know I had to say that I was singing like, ooh. I swear, nigga, boy, I know my role and I play it. I do. If you heard it, I'm talking, then I sing it. Coin, where you at? At the top of the loft, nigga, I stay. I'm a bad boy, but I don't wear big clothes like me. In the club, and a nigga did it back. In there, hope she want a free drink, tell the bitch to get up off it. Hey, I'm the nigga, get it pop. Her hair short like Jenny Wright. At the clip point, nigga, we flying. When I landed, boy, I walked in. In my pocket, had them niggas just like, ooh. $50,000 on your bill, wanna fuck me, gotta screaming like, ooh. I got a check, nigga wanna flip, I ain't got a flip, but I got it, ooh. Get that on some mix, she gon' wanna sit, every nigga in the set, and now she screaming like, ooh. How much you make? $100,000 just to do that. I don't fuck with niggas cause they two-faced. I only fuck with bitches for that 2K. These are bitches, I ain't worried about no new. Know they beat you that upset, and she always got my back, so I love that shit the most. I'm her big dog and she my cat, and she love me from the back. Call her queen cause she don't do. I was glad cause I know these niggas rushing. They mad cause they cannot stop me, but stopping it not the option. I can't help it cause I got it. Don't wait time, I got shit, watch it. Talking roll that shit, I bought them. Now I'm at the top, started from the bottom, then I walked in, $30,000 in my pocket, had them niggas just like, ooh. $50,000 on your bill, wanna fuck me, gotta screaming like, ooh. Cause I got a check, nigga wanna flip, I ain't got a flip, but I got it, ooh. Get that on some mix, she gon'